All right, fuck all that. Fuck all that. We ain't got time for all that. Listen, bitch, I'm tired of clicking the link after you summons my big ass over there, and then you not letting me up. I'm tired of that shit. From now on, you got something you want to confront me on, you can come to my panel, ho. I'm done doing that shit. I'm the only one that ever clicks a motherfucking link. I'm the only one that ever comes up there to confront you, period. You got a lot to say for a bitch that won't click a link herself. Sit the fuck down and shut the fuck up, queen. I have every right to be upset. Now, let me check myself before I lose my motherfucking mind on you, ho. Let me check myself. Hello, good morning, everybody. I'm so glad to see y'all. I hope all the hippies are good this morning. I know I click her link because I mean, like, I ain't a pussy, period. I ain't scared, and I got the truth behind me. But when you don't let somebody up, it shows you got lies behind you, ho, period. Okay, last night, for those who missed it, last night I went live, and at the end of my live, I addressed something that I was upset about. I was upset that, okay, yesterday when I was listening to Betty's live stream, and she said something about that's why Queen Bee's mama and aunt died to get away from her. And I was like, damn, that's so fucked up. So initially, when I went over BHB's stream last night, I didn't go over it, but I was going to. And I was going to, talk about how fucked up that was for her to say. And it still was fucked up for her to say that. Well, then I heard later in the stream, my mom's alive, my aunt's dead. And I was like, excuse me? Excuse me? Your mom's alive. Your aunt's the one that's dead. And then she also said, and I've got the clips, she also said her mom's alive and her aunt is the one that died of cancer. So I'm all combobulated. I'm like, okay, so now it's taken away from what Betty said about her because now I'm trying to figure out if this hoe drugged me and my mama for fucking filth over a fucking lie of hers about her mom being dead. It was in It's Randy's Life chat. Queen was attacking my mama and talking shit. And then she said something to me about my mama always standing up for me. And I said, I'm glad to still have her. She took that, she ran with it. Oh my God, she smeared Joneson all over the place. Johnson's such a piece of shit. How dare you say that when my mama's dead, Joneson? The lives are still up, y'all. How dare you say that? How dareth you, ho? So now I'm not only pissed about what Bullhorn Betty said about your mama and your motherfucking aunt, but now I'm pissed about the fact that I feel like you've lied to me and smeared my ass over a non-existent dead mother. So then let's hop on the merry-go-round. Now this morning, and I already had it explained to me last night by someone. So I edited that part of the live out so that no one else would hear it. But I knew we would still have to conversate about it, right? Because the hippies that were here still heard it. So what it is in mine and Queen's friendship, she never once told me she had an aunt that was like a mother to her. What I was always led to believe is that her mom and dad died, leaving her and her siblings, which led to her life of selling dope on the streets so that she could provide for her family, which is always why I stood up for her when Dolly would talk about her selling dope. And I've told her that myself. You do what you got to do. That's what I was always led to believe. And then on the side of that, I knew she still had an aunt that was alive, because it was the aunt that she was always taking care of, the one that broke her hip, the one that, like fell down, and she was always having, my aunt called me. She'd come on a live stream and be like, sorry guys, my aunt called, or sorry guys, I had to go help my aunt. That's all I knew of an aunt. So apparently there's two aunts. There's one that's alive, and there's one that died of cancer. The aunt that died of cancer is the one she calls and considers mom. Ain't nothing wrong with anybody calling or considering someone who's not their biological mother their mother. The problem is that was never said. That was never stated to me. All that was stated to me was my mom and dad died when actually, her mom and dad died when they were young, which means Queen was young, which left her to provide for the family. So she was working a CNA job and slanging on the side. That's what she always told me. So forgive me for going by what you said and the words that you have told me. This whole spin, this merry-go-round you trying to pull right now, nah, bruh, I'm not responsible for what you tell me. I'm just not. I love you too, baby. Oh, Brantley, I already know. And that's why the person that reached out last night reached out, because they wanted me to know in detail exactly how everything was. Because they knew she was going to use this to be a victim. Well, be a victim, ho. You ain't a victim to me. All you are is a fucking liar. Period. Thank you, Brantley, for that, because I ain't even looking at my chat. I'm so sorry, y'all. Boy, bye. Stop, BTM. You're a fucking idiot, too, and you're a lying-ass piece of shit, too. Period. You need to take your retired 65-year-old and older ass on somewhere. Stop playing with all these fucking youngins. Fuck. I don't mean youngins as kids. Hold on. Sorry, y'all. That was Dad. And by youngins, I don't mean kids, so don't try to spin that shit either. I mean us young ones, because Queen's young, I'm young. Listen, stop. You always fucking with women, too. Fucking go do something with yourself. You're a lying-ass piece of shit as well. B. Tim. Fucking hiding your identity. Why? Why? Why lie about your identity also? Why catfish anybody? I don't know. Doesn't make sense to me. But the fact is, I can't help what you told me, Queen. I'm not responsible for the words that came out of your mouth to me about your mama being dead. I'm just not. So what I went off when I heard that you said, well, Betty's actually wrong. My mom's alive and my aunt's, my mom's the one that's alive and my aunt's dead. I had every right to be upset because you smeared the fuck out of me and my mama because, oh my God, my mom's dead. Turns out mom's not dead. Biological mom's not dead. Now, the woman she called a mom, apparently, which was an aunt, is dead. That's not you didn't tell me that. I never knew of two different aunts. I only knew of one aunt and one mama and daddy, period. So am I pissed about what Betty said about her mama and her aunt? Yeah, fuck yeah, that shit was foul as fuck. But then when I heard her response, I had a whole nother reason to be upset. How dare you fucking do that? How dare you fucking smear me and my mom? Now, you want to go into families? We can go into families, bitch. You want to talk about my stepdad? I've talked about my stepdad on my platform. You ain't fucking exposing shit. You're not exposing a fucking thing. My stepdad was an alcoholic and he was an abusive alcoholic, and we had to live with that. We got through that. We fucking survived. Me and my mother. We fucking did that, bitch. That's exactly what it is. I get it too, Zero Jules. Her aunt who died is the one she thought of as her mom. But that was never explained to me. She said, and she tried to say, we've had those private conversations. No, the fuck we have not, bitch. The only private conversation pertaining to your mama that we have had is that your mama and daddy died and you were left to take care of your family. So that's why you started slanging dope. Period. That's the only conversation we've had. And I'm tired of fucking clicking that link for a pussy. You got something you want to say? I'm the only one that fucking confronts any of y'all. Y'all call for me, I come. Because I ain't no scared bitch. Can't say the same for you. You do not suck at true crime, Okie. Fuck her. She sucks at life. Period. I was told she would use this as a victim stance. That's exactly what she did. I already woke up this morning knowing, oh God, we're going to get on the merry-go-round today, guys. We're going to do all the spinning today, guys. And that's exactly what's happening. Y'all can believe that shit all you want, but she's fucking lying to everyone all the fucking time. Yeah, I also do. I have a problem with that as well, Kate. The live is back up, you dumb fools. Go back and watch it. I straight up said Queen Bee is not responsible for what Beer Can Island did. I straight up said Queen Bee, I didn't think, sent Beer Can Island to Betty's. I said the exact opposite of what y'all are up there trying to fucking spin. You nasty ass individuals. Thank you, Grain. Thank you, baby. Kayla's in my chat right here. That's who she's talking about. Well, I even supported her when she told me that was her way of trying to, help get her family through and survive. That's why I went hard against Dolly when he would talk about her slinging dope. Because it's like, listen, sometimes you do what you got to do. Is she still doing that today? No. So why would I hold her, why would I judge her based on what she had to do in her past? And I stand with that. What I don't stand with is the fucking lies. You lied to me about Aileen, and you actually encouraged it and laughed at it the same way you laughed at Beer Can Island. No, you're not in control of what Beer Can Island did. Absolutely not. You're in control of your own fucking reactions. You're in control of your own fucking responses. And laughing it off like you did yesterday is exactly the way you did with Aileen and Dolly. And that shows me everything I need to know. It tells me everything I need to know. That my mental little breakdown about my friends that I'm in a private DM with go in real life and being hypocrites on this platform was exactly right. I was 100% right. I don't need you to verify that for me. I know, baby. I know. I made the right choice. All the little bumbles can stay blind all they want, but y'all are all hypocrites as well. Max, shut the fuck up. You want me to expose something here? I'll expose something here. No, I gotta roll you one. You need one or two? It's a little. Beware, if you cross this creator and have had private conversations, she will expose it all and lie about it. I'm out. Why would I lie about it if I'm exposing it, you dumb fuck? It's to show that I'm telling the truth. Hello, make it make sense. That's a double negative, you ignorant fuck. Yeah, I don't do no fuck shit to put out. The one thing she ever had me on was the Crystal, me lying about giving Crystal's information to the sheriff's department when I gave Laura's information to him. That's the one thing she's had on me. Other than that, show me some dirty shit I've done in the background. You can't. You can't. Oh, yeah, she's the hero in every story. B10's a horrible person. Tell people who you are. No? Okay. All the twisting. I heard Savage say, has Queen Bee ever donated to anyone? I thought about it, and yes, she gave money to Aileen. She sure as fuck did. She's giving me a $20 super chat, though, to be real. I don't know, a troll account. One of them pussies that ain't got the balls to come in here under their real name. And excusing it because they live in the area. Yeah, who gives a fuck if Beer Can lives in the area? Her 75 geriatric ass should not be going and starting shit with an unhinged lunatic. It's not safe for her. Betty is on the spiral down. She is manic as fuck. She is losing her shit. It is not safe for Beer Can to do that. And for a 75-year-old woman, she should know better. If someone did that to Queen, they would lose their minds over it, and rightfully so. Absolutely. They would have every right to lose their mind over it. I know. I know. He's just a yes, baby. A yes, bitch. I know. I know. Where's Ital? Because he's a fucking bored ass man. A old, bored ass, retired man. That's what he is. He likes to fool everybody into thinking, who'd you let out? Did you let the chickens out this morning? Chickens are out, that? No, which means you didn't put them up last night. Well, they were out this morning when we woke up. No, you still gotta go let the babies out. No one should be going to anyone's house, period. But the same way she was laughing about Aileen showing up at Dolly's that had me freaked out, it's the same way she laughed at Beer Can Island showing up at Betty's yesterday. It's uncalled for, it's unacceptable, and it's fucked up. And you can want to be blind or play blind all you want. But every single one of y'all know it. And every single one of y'all know that if that shit was to happen to you and somebody was to show up at your house over some creator beef, you would be losing your minds. Yeah, get your wallets out. She's the victim again. All it does is put money in her pocket. That's why she twists and victimizes herself constantly. And B. Tim did the best thing by you, bitch, by trying to shut it down when you tried to bring up my stepdaddy. Bring him up, ho. Let's do it. You want war? We'll do it. I've got every message, everything to show that you that you lied, that you said your mama was dead. It is not my fault that you never told me that your aunt raised you and you felt like your aunt was more of your mom. That was never told to me. I didn't even know about another aunt. I only knew about the one that was falling and breaking her hips. That's what I said, Zero Jules. It's dangerous. I said that the other day before any of this happened. I said, something's going to happen. Betty's going to lose, like, she's going to lose her mind. She's going to snap, and something's going to happen. And somebody is going to get hurt. Now, what if it would have been Beer Can Island? Yeah, the chickens were out this morning. What did Kimmy say? No, I'm not going to stress it. I just wanted to say my piece because the hoe wants to summons me, and then I go click the link, and she don't want to let me up. Fuck you for that. You don't want to let me up because I'm finna tell the truth, and you don't want the truth told. Period. You don't want anything that's going to take away from you looking like a victim. But I promise you, Queen Bee, nothing's going to ever take away from you being a victim or looking like one, because your followers, your subs that are fine with being blind will always still make you the victim, even if you don't do it yourself. You never have to worry about that, babe. Nobody's going to take away from your victimhood. Like, if you don't do it to yourself, your subs got you, girl. They'll do it for you. Yeah, Beer Can admitted it on in Queen's chat last night. I think I got the video clip. I don't know if I still got the right one. Hold on, let's see.
She's look, you give some people enough and they'll take care of it themselves. You know what I'm saying? Because I could be a whole lot nastier, but I'm just gonna leave that out. But there's an old saying, you know. Hold on. She yelled at me. Beer Can Island says, hold on. She yelled at me. I am with Queen. I yelled back. You have been served.
You haven't served. Oh my god.
Oh. Yeah, I never would, Chopper. Never. I'm going to go on about my business today. I'm going to clean the house. I'm going to get some extra sleep. I'm going to take some nappy naps. But yeah, so the way they just laughed about Beer Can Island showing up at Bet's house, it's like, what the fuck? So let's see. Then there's the comment that she read on the screen. Nope, that's not the right one. Hold on. I don't wanna expose no shit that I ain't trying to expose. You know what I'm saying? She yelled at me, "Am I with Queen?" I yelled back, "Have you been served?" And then later in the chat, she said, "When she called police on me, I should have waited so she could have been served." Her and JP were conversating back and forth in the chat. Beer Can Island is the one that showed up to Betty's. She told Queen as much, and Queen laughed about it. It's not a funny situation. It's not okay at all. Someone's going to get killed, and it's going to be over YouTube drama and shenanigans, and it's unnecessary. Did Queen send Beer Can? No. Did Queen control can Queen control what Beer Can Island does? Absolutely not. What she can control is her response. She should have disavowed that shit immediately, not laughed at it. But she laughed at it the same way she laughed in that video of Aileen going to Dolly's. Because she is about that life. She is about the real life shit, which is what made me turn away from the hive in the first place. I made the right decision, and I stand on it 110,000%. Betty's dangerous right now. I hate hypocrites too. Like, come on, man. Right. Zero. That's what I'm saying. She should have said, "What? Skirt? Hold up. Excuse me? You were the one that went to Betty's? Beer Can? No, I'm going to have to disavow that. Like, you can't be doing that. Not only is it dangerous, but it also can affect my court case. Because now, like, y'all on here talking about Betty's paranoid as fuck, which I thought the same when Betty went live talking about, "You gonna send somebody to my house, Queen Bee?" Da, 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 da. I was like, this paranoid crazy hoe. No, Queen Bee didn't send her, but she isn't paranoid. It really happened. Yeah. And that's because they fuck with that kind of shit, Remy. They fuck with real life and they show it. But then I guarantee B10 will play the victim. Well, how dare you tell me to expose myself? I deserve anonymity. Well, you're okay with other people going real life. Go real life on yourself, ho. Betty ain't well. Beer Can is blessed. I wouldn't even say she's lucky. She's blessed. Betty didn't shoot her ass. I already see Burn Bottle. I already had that same energy about Savage showing up to bombs. That live stream is still up as well. I also spoke on it on Queen's panel. I said it was fucked up. Nobody should ever do that. Nobody. So I don't know what you think you're I don't know what you think you're coming in here saying keep that same energy. My energy's been the same across the board when it comes to that shit. Period. Queen wants people to think, "Oh, so she was mad at me and couldn't fuck with me because of Dolly and Aileen showing up at Dolly's house, but yet she supports Savage showing up at bombs." Show me where I support Savage showing up at bombs. Show me. Show me. Where's the receipts to that? You're not going to find any because I actually stated the opposite. I called it out the same way I'm calling you out. I don't support anybody showing up to anybody's house or place of business or whatever. The difference is don't compare yourself to Savage, Queen. Me and Savage weren't friends. Savage didn't lie to me. Savage wasn't my friend in the background, telling me, oh, these people are crazy. How dare people go real life? And then come to find out, encouraging it when messages were dropped months later. Yeah, no, bitch, you lied. There is no comparison to Savage. Me and Savage didn't have a relationship. We didn't have a friendship. Me and you did, though. And you lied. And when I seen the Aileen messages come out, I was done. I was done. I tried to stay cordial and cool with Queen and make it, make it to where I could step away and it wouldn't be a big deal. And it just wasn't happening. It just wasn't happening. But y'all just take everything this bitch says as if it's 100% fact. Y'all are crazy as hell and gullible as fuck. And I kind of feel sorry for the bumbles that are like that. Because all the proof and all the receipts are out there. So because she says, oh, well, she can support Savage going to bombs, but can't support me, being okay with Aileen showing up at Dolly's. Like, just because she says that, that makes it true? No, it doesn't. I called that shit out. My energy is the same across the board, baby. That's the difference. I don't put on a mask to come on this platform. I am who the fuck I am. And anybody in my real life can tell you that. Makes me pity them. It makes me pity them. Like, damn, y'all for real just believe everything this bitch says. That's sad. Do yourself some due diligence and check on shit. Oh, yeah, but B. Tim deserves anonymity, but Chronicles of the Shady doesn't. That's what I was thinking, Kate. Like, why would you risk it? Like, as soon as that was said, she should have disavowed it. It would have looked better for her. You know what I'm saying? With the court case, considering Betty's got everybody thinking Queen's got folks showing up to her house. Queen's not responsible for what Beer Can does. She can't control what Beer Can does, but she can control her responses to it. And she should have disavowed it right away. I agree, small wildflowers. Absolutely. Uh, Burn Bottle. I'm going to need you to come in under your real account, pussy. But anyways, secondly, Burn Bottle. Spin how you want to. You sit in her chat. That's supporting. Was I sitting in Savage's chat when she did it? No? No? Was I? Do I sit in Savage's chat talking about real life shit right now, or while they're talking about real life shit? I don't even think Savage does that anymore. Maybe she does. I don't know. I've only caught a few of her recent live streams, and they're funny as fuck. So does that mean if I sit in Queen's chat, I'm supporting her going real life as well? If that's the case, if that's how we're going to make it, then Burn Bottle, you support real life shit too. It's crazy. Yeah, he's got such a fucking nasty ass hard on for Deets. It's weird. I absolutely would have shown up to protest the protesters. Absolutely. Queen didn't talk me out of that, though. I had to work. I had to work. There was no way I could go. I don't know if they're scamming with the lawyer BS or not. Honestly, I don't give a fuck about the court case. I don't think it's going to do anything. I don't think it's going to help the community the way they try to spin it to make it seem like it will. I did think that at first. I thought, oh, yeah, calls for the community, but it ain't going to stop Betty. She'll continue to be able to do these frivolous lawsuits. But as for the money, I don't know. I don't know. I don't pocket watch what she pays her lawyer. They say the receipts are out there, but I don't even go check them because I just don't give a fuck. I do find it crazy 70, 80 grand in a year and a half. I think maybe, possibly, Queen's lawyer might be scamming her by doing unnecessary shit. I don't know. Yeah, that's also a big difference too, is that Savage doesn't lie about when she uploaded the video of her showing up to bombs. Again, it was fucked up, but she wasn't trying to hide it. Queen Bee hides that shit in the background. Doxing who she thought was Prayer Garden, doxing JT's brother's old lady, all that in the background. Like, listen, I understand you got a hatred for these dudes, but who is this bitch? Oh, well, that's Mark Terry's old lady. Oh, and this is where they live. Oh, yeah, no, I don't want no parts of that. Thank you, though. From the B. From the B. They get their information from the B and they automatically believe it. I don't respect going real life at all, but I can respect a creator being honest about it more so than I can a pussy that hides it. Period. Yeah, I think she's got, yeah. I don't doubt the attorney at all. I like, maybe he's milking Queen, maybe Queen's milking the community. I don't know because I haven't been watching or keeping up with the lawsuit. Because if it was a community thing or it was going to help the community as a whole, I absolutely would still, and I do hope Queen still wins the lawsuit, but I would be more inclined to pay attention to the lawsuit stuff if I thought it was actually going to do something. I don't think it's going to do anything at all. I hope I'm wrong. I hope there's a way they can stop it from happening anymore. But I just personally, I don't think that that's possible. Not yet, not right away. I think it takes a lot of frivolous lawsuits to get that shit stopped. And so I just haven't paid attention to it anymore. Water? Do they have water? He says he put them up, but I'm going to need you to stop rushing when you put those chickens up and pay attention to what you're doing. Well, Patsy was sitting outside the baby's coop this morning, and Dolly was on the porch. You just better be thanking God Patsy didn't get got last night.
This way on whatever's trying to get in would have run right into it. Which I wouldn't. I was trying to find a way in. The door's always closed.
No. 27.
But what is it? They were all fine.
Yeah, they're all fine, thank God. Go in there.
Pumpkin put me on a damn goose chase. Trying to find her. But where are you?
Did you see Henny Penny?
Yeah.
Is Jenny okay?
Jimmy's always gonna be fine. She's the biggest one there. She's a bird. She can fly.
Okay.
She's fine.
Chickens can fly too short distances. Just be thanking God, Patsy. Nothing happened to Patsy.
You're only worried about
Patsy's the only one I'm attached to. I'm worried about all of them, but Patsy's the one I'm attached to. She can't really run or defend herself.
Apparently, after the last 2 years that we've had her, she's been able to run since I don't know how she hasn't got yet. She's the only chicken that hasn't got
She hides. Okay. I'm having a bitch session. I'm going to need you to go in there because it's not for your ears.
So,
Thank you. The chickens are good.
Yeah.
I love you too. I don't know, Runaway Truth. I don't know. I thought they were joking at first, but in the comment section, Bear Can Island kept confirming that she was the one that showed up to Betty's. And it's like, y'all are really out here asking for somebody to get hurt. And Bear Can Island is lucky and blessed that she wasn't hurt because Betty is on that down spiral to where she is getting desperate. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I'm not going to continue to rant and rave. I'm not going to do that with my kid around. I don't do that, unlike others. Like now that I know he's awake, I can't be yelling anymore. He was asleep in his room. But now that he's awake, I got to talk quietly. No, she wasn't getting police responded to Betty's yesterday. And I was just thinking, like, yesterday I was thinking Betty needs a welfare check. Like, she is mentally not okay. I wouldn't call it in, but it's almost like, is there a way to reach Mama Bullhorn? Can Mama Bullhorn go check on her? Something's not right. That shit was crazy. No, she didn't say that. She didn't say she wasn't sent. I don't think Queen sent Beer Can Island, but I can never really tell because I also didn't think she sent Aileen. Because when I freaked out about Aileen going to Dolly's, in the background, Queen was supportive of me because I was new and I didn't realize people went real life like that, and I think that's so dangerous. So Queen was very supportive and you know comforting to me when I was going through that. And that's what made me feel like, okay, so Queen gets it. Like she knows that this is how people do. You can't control other people. Like, great. I'm glad to hear that. But then the messages with Aileen came out and it was her. She wasn't telling Aileen to go, but she wasn't discouraging it either. She actually did tell Aileen to go, but in a joking way. Um, so that makes it where I can't really tell anymore. I don't know. Maybe she did send Beer Can Island. I'll never know. I will never know. But I try to have faith in humanity and faith in her. I don't know why. And think, okay, I don't think Queen would have done that. But would she have? She did it with Aileen. So would she have? I don't know. And see, that's how you get caught up when you're a liar. And people don't know how to believe or what to believe from you anymore. Same, Kate. I I personally, when Betty went live talking about Queen sent somebody over there, I was in the same mindset as Queen and them. Like, this bitch is paranoid as fuck. Like, what the fuck is going on? Like, this is not okay. I even had people reach out to me and say, wow, Betty is really losing it and paranoid. And I was like, yeah, this is insane. So then to find out that Beer Can claims to be the one that did it and Queen and BTM just laugh it off. Like, what? If somebody showed up to Queen Bee's house, the whole world would be on fire. Me too, Okie. I did too. I thought she had a mental break as well. No, don't call in any wellness checks. Well, Spudler, like I said, I would normally believe that. And that's what I said in my live stream last night. The way they're spinning it this morning, they're making it seem like I said that Queen sent Beer Can. I actually stated the exact opposite last night in my live. The live is back up now for anybody who wants to go see it. I actually said, nah, Queen ain't responsible for what Beer Can does. Queen did not send Beer Can, in my opinion. But reading your comment right here, she isn't that stupid, but she was that stupid with Aileen. She didn't discourage Aileen from doing it. So did that same type of thing happen with Beer Can? I don't know. Only they would know that. I was thinking, like Cheesy was like, it was probably somebody that turned around in the driveway. And I was thinking the same thing. It was just somebody that was trying to go back the other direction. You know, might not have known the area or something. No, she knows the area because apparently she's been driving by Betty's. Hey, Grandma Sherry. She's always getting sympathy money. Yeah, somebody really did show. Beer Can Island claimed to be the one that showed up at Bullhorn Betty's yesterday. Everybody wants to graze over that. They want to just, let's not focus on that. No, it's a big fucking deal. It's a huge fucking deal. And it should be disavowed by everybody in this community. Showing up and going real life like that is not okay. Especially to a woman that's already on the edge, of losing it. Like, I really thought she lost it yesterday when she was being all paranoid saying Queen sent somebody. BHB does get to be too much. That's why I started focusing on like Wade Wilson. Oh, crusty kettle. Oh, I agree, Kayla. No, she didn't post the tag. The way we know it's Beer Can Island is because Beer Can Island went in Queen's chat gloating about it after she did it. That's what I'm saying, Lacey. We don't know. And the little bit I found out that, like, because let's see, I had my breakdown about Aileen going to Dolly's, and it was at least a year before Aileen came out with those private messages between her and Queen, where Queen was laughing at it and kind of encouraging her to go by Dolly's. And so that means it was a year of her completely fucking gaslighting and lying to me about how she felt about Aileen going to Dolly's. She made it seem like Aileen was, and Aileen is crazy, but I mean, that it's nothing like that. She made it seem like she just could not believe Aileen would do something like that, and she's just crazy as fuck for doing that. And then it comes out in the messages that you supported that shit. So you don't know what's really going on behind the scenes. Right. It's mind blowing to me. No one was like, that's probably not a good look. Don't do that. Especially when they made a whole stink about Lady K going to the courthouse. I know, right? It's crazy. It's hypocritical as fuck. Because he's a pussy.
You're a pussy.
Shut up. She didn't want to hear that shit. She didn't want to hear that shit because that takes away from her victimhood, Okie. You going up there and saying, whoa, 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 we don't think you sent her. That takes away from what she's trying to spin to people right now. She's trying to spin it as if we are all putting the blame on her for what Beer Can Island did. And it's actually quite the opposite. It's the exact opposite. We said we didn't think Queen did that and that Queen's not responsible for what Beer Can did. But her acknowledging that we don't think she did that would take away from her victim status. You know how that goes. Yeah, but that don't make it right, little Irish girl, for when Betty's on a fucking spiral, a rampage to go by and torque her up even more. It's just dangerous, man. What did Beer Can Island say in the bees? She said, she yelled at me, "Are you with Queen?" I yelled back, "Have you been served?" And then she said, when she called police on me, I should have waited so she could have been served. She was just, and there's more comments than that, but I'm not going to go through them all. She was just in there talking about how she was the one that went to BHB's. Check Discord, please. Okay, hold on. What am I looking for in Discord? SoFlo. Yeah, let's not forget that part. She also was telling Aileen and encouraging Aileen to go to Summerwell's vigil. She sure did. And see, that's what I'm saying though, Kayla. Like, all of this just shows me my meltdown was absolutely warranted. Like, me having a freak out about Aileen go in real life was absolutely warranted, because in that moment, I questioned, am I hanging out with people that say they're against it publicly, but are actually with the fuck shit in private? And I found out when Aileen released her messages that, yeah, I was in a friend group that did exactly that. put on a show for the public, but was doing fuck shit in the background. And that's when I was over it. I was just completely over it. I made the right decision, and I was right in my feelings that this is what y'all do. Y'all put on a show for the public and act like you're against this shit, but you're not. Really, they belong in the DC. What am I checking Discord for? No, I know, Little Irish. Yeah, while he's over there catfishing folks. You tagged me? Okay, let me go look. Just for transparency, I couldn't read it, so I'm going to upload it to my overlays and put it on the screen, see if I can read it a little better. Or should I not? Is it bad? What? What? Surely Granny didn't do that. I mean, I would have to hear that and know that to be for sure, you know? Oh. I know, wildflowers, it's crazy, ain't it? Me too. I don't know. I would have, yeah, I would need to see some proof of that comment. Timestamp or it didn't happen. I just can't see her saying she would throw a couple of bucks to somebody to go by there. Baby.
Huh?
You going to the gas station first? Okay. I need. Oh, I feel much better. Listen, they can keep going around on that merry-go-round spinning shit to be a victim. That ain't me. That ain't me at all. But y'all remember, I am that snake bitch, so don't keep pushing me because I've got proof of the mama comments and what she's told me in the past. And that's going to hurt other people as well if I put that out. So if I was you, Queen, I'd just shut the fuck up. Play your victim today and then shut the fuck up. I kind of feel like that too a little bit. Yeah, I'm wondering. I'm wondering. Yeah, we go by receipts here. We don't talk about it. We are about it. That's why I'm a snake bitch, right? So you can put all this shit out about me and, not it like you expect that I'm not going to defend myself, even if that is showing private messages. I will defend myself 100%. And that's why I said I am that snake bitch. Because just because you think I shouldn't, don't mean I won't. You don't want me to defend myself and you don't want me to show things because it shows the truth. But I got to take care of me, baby. I take care of me and my character. So if you're putting stuff out there and saying I said things or did things that I didn't do, I'm absolutely going to correct it. Absolutely. I want a real monster, but I want not one of the big ones with the lid, but right above the regular shelf of my monsters, right above the green. There's a big green one right above that. It's just a little bit bigger.
Okay.
I want one of them. I want a chimkin sandwich if they got it. And salt and vinegar chips. And cigarettes. Yeah, I'll be that snake bitch. It just is what it is. They're always taking over. And well, when you have a big following like Queen has, and a lot of gullible people like she has, that's kind of what happens. They kind of move in groups, right?
I love you. Be right back.
What's he want from the store?
A monster and a honey bun. Or not a honey bun. Monster and a snack.
What's that?
He doesn't know anything but a honey bun. So,
Donuts?
sure. I'm gonna get a thumb.
Well, I don't think they're starting. Well, that person might have been starting rumors, but we're not down with spreading those rumors. We would need to see the proof of that. We're one and the same on a lot of things, Kate. Yeah, don't lie about me and I won't have to tell the truth about you. And if you think I'm above what it takes to tell the truth about you, then you're wrong. I'm sorry. And I understand some people feel like that's fucked up. Like you can't trust Jones. And no, you can trust me 100%, but don't be doing no fuck shit in the background with me because I'm not about that life. I'm as real as it gets. I don't like that shit. I'm the same in real life as I am on this fucking platform. I'm the same overall. I think that's the problem. A lot of people on this platform wear masks. They present themselves as one thing, and then in the background they're doing something completely different, which is what happened, and which is what deteriorated mine and Queen's friendship. But she wants people to think, oh, Joneson just lost her shit for no reason. No, I have a lot of reasons. I have not 100% come out and told the story. I have not 100% come out and told all my reasons because it's not necessary. All anybody needs to know is I ain't with the fuck shit and Queen is, period. behind the scenes. If you don't want me to, release or snitch, don't bring me up. Don't talk about me. Don't lie on me, because I will snitch. I will. To prove that I ain't who you're trying to make me out to be, I absolutely will. What are you talking about? What are you talking about, Truth Exposed? I know, small wildflowers, I know. He only gets one on the weekends. We are both lucky to, well, no, because the mom that it's so confusing, because I just found all this stuff out last night. The aunt that she considers to be her mom, she lost her. And I hate that for her. And that's the one she lost to cancer. Like, I still, regardless whether it's your mom or your aunt that you feel like is more of a mom to you, regardless, you lost her. And I'm assuming she doesn't have anything to do with her biological mom, the one that I was told was dead. Maybe she's just dead to Queen. I don't know. But yesterday she said she's alive. And it threw me the fuck off. Because how dare you fucking drag me and my mama for filth over a comment I made that you felt like was a dig at your mama and your mama's dead. How dare you do that? Yeah, Kayla was being a smart ass because she's saying me and Queen are both lucky to have our moms, still have our moms, because supposedly Queen's biological mom is really alive. Yeah, that's what I said, Granny. I can't see you doing that. Did you see that comment though? Look, it was a comment left. I think AMAC said it was left in their live stream. Look at it. I can't even see because it's so tiny on my screen. I can see what the comment says, but I can't see who's the one that wrote it. I can't see the username. Well, I mean, yeah, I guess. I don't know. I don't know who's dead and alive at this point, and that's not my business. My only business was the fact that you drug me and my mama for filth over something that was a lie to me, because I found out last night her mama was alive. I'm trying to keep up with chat. Queen Bee takes the smallest, most innocuous things others have said or done and rides that mother flipping horse into the ground as if it matters. But God forbid you call up anything she has said or done. Yeah, you're not allowed to do that. You're not allowed to do that. Kayla, stop. I'll say this. If the aunt that she considered a mom is the one who actually died of cancer, then I still sympathize with her on that. If not, then that's her own guilty conscience to deal with. Hold on, y'all. Sorry, Tony had to call me and tell me that they didn't have any chicken sandwiches. But I do sympathize with her if the aunt she considered to be a mom is the one that died of cancer. That sucks. Because that part's never changed. I was always told her mom died of cancer. I just didn't know her mom was actually her aunt. And I didn't know her biological mom was still alive. And that's not my business. I was just speaking out because I felt lied to and I felt attacked. Oh my God, Tony's calling again. Yeah, I couldn't see that. That's why I said Granny. Like, I'd have to have proof or it didn't happen. Hey, Soup. Yeah, that's why I said this merry-go-round. I'm tired of it. Like, you gonna summons me, I go up there, you don't want to add me to the stream. Why? You afraid the truth's gonna be told? That's exactly what it is. Then stop fucking inviting me over to your house, bitch. You got a lot to say for somebody that won't click a link yourself. No, we didn't spread it here. We've been saying that it wasn't you. Nah, me either, Soup. I know what's up. Yeah, and see, I didn't even know Oki got kicked off the live stream twice. I didn't even know Oki made it up there at all. Like, hold on, what was yesterday? Yesterday was court. Yesterday was when I'm trying to think. I don't recall Granny being live yesterday. Because usually, if she's like, no, Granny wasn't live yesterday because Savage was live and I went live yesterday. I don't think Granny was live yesterday. Oh, I agree, Kayla. I agree. Thank God, Pearl. No, it's actually the opposite, Souls. I think she's a cold-hearted bitch with no remorse, no sympathy, none of that. Oh, it absolutely would be clipped immediately, Granny. That's why we said clips or it didn't happen. But that's a comment somebody left on the Real Housewives of YouTube's channel. Can y'all hear me now? See, this is what happens when you call me 50 times. What is this?
No idea.
What's that? Oh, it's Caden's Pokemon cards. Beetlejuice.
Yeah, it's Phantom. It's called Haunted Apple. Sorry.
Haunted? Can y'all hear me now? Okay. Okay, good. My internet's being stupid. I was just replying to Spudler, like I was just saying, like the whole reason. Thank you, baby. Yeah, I was saying the whole reason that I was gonna go live and cover Betty yesterday was because I felt like it was fucked up. I was gonna correct her first because Betty said, well, your mom and your aunt had to die to get away from you, Queen. And I was like, well, first off, you're incorrect because her mom is the one that died. Her aunt is still alive, right? Because that's what I've always been told. And then secondly, I was going to stand up for the fact that saying that was just vile as fuck. But then later when Queen said, well, Betty, you're wrong. My mom's alive and my aunt's the one that died. It threw me off. It then became a personal problem for me because I felt like, so you smeared me and my mama and talked mad shit on me and my mama because you felt like I took a dig at your dead mother, who now you're saying is not dead. I didn't just do that. Yeah, just do that. What?
Have a good day.
You two be careful.
I'm going to call you again.
Okay.
Fuck that.
I love you. And okay. There was something I was going to say. Yeah, I had no idea that Oki went up there twice. I don't even know what she allowed up there. I kept being muted, so I unmuted myself. So why'd she bring you up there if she was going to keep you silent? She didn't want to hear what you had to say because she knows you're close to me and she knows you're going to have the details that I have. Truth in a can. Joneson has not used that hashtag and we were against it over here. It's weird as fuck to defend. What hashtag? Oh. Oh, Gary, I understand it now because I was already told after my live last night, which is why I edited it. I took that portion out so more people wouldn't hear it than had already heard it, right? So I took that portion out because it was explained to me that she does have an aunt that's alive. But when she says her mom died of cancer, she's actually referring to another aunt. And that her biological mom is still alive. Again, all of that is not my business. I can only go off of what I was told by Queen. And I was told her mom died of cancer. I was never told her aunt was like her mom to her. So I was a little thrown off by the whole thing. And I stand by that. Because I only know what you tell me, you know? How am I supposed to know that when you say your mom, you're actually talking about an aunt that raised you? I don't know that unless you tell me that. And you don't have to tell me that. That's your business to have. But I go by what you do tell me. And what you told me is your mom died of cancer. Oh, these are in Japanese.
Mm-hmm. Look at that.
Nice.
Yeah, that means rare.
That muse, very rare.
Wait, let me see. Yeah.
This one, I haven't seen that one either. I feel like I've seen that one before. Sorry, y'all, I'm talking to my kid.
Yeah, you've seen all of these.
And that one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Caterpie. That's a Caterpie. This is a mule.
This one I don't recall ever seeing.
Let me see.
Talking about Pokemon cards. Sorry, y'all.
Magnite.
But I think we do have a Magnite, so maybe I'm just not remembering it.
Where's my Pokeball?
Right there.
I'm just gonna set these right here then.
Okay. I love you.
Love you. Have fun. Be amazing.
Huh?
Have fun, dude.
Whatever. I'm sorry that happened to you, Okie. It's not right to call folks up on a panel and then you get up there and they want to shut you the fuck up. But that's why I struck this live up, because I feel like if you summons me, if I actually reply to you, which I feel like I'm the only one that ever clicks a link to respond to stuff. But if I click that link, I expect that you're going to let me up since you done called me over here. And I was left in the backstage for a little bit. And I was like, fuck this. I'll just go live. But Gary, that was the whole point of me saying all that, is there's nothing to work out. I've got it figured out. I had it figured out last night. I was going to come live today and explain it. I wasn't going to give all the details, but since Queen gave the details herself, I didn't mind explaining it in full to you guys. But I was told last night, basically, because I didn't know that her mom was considered her aunt, that she would use this to victimize herself. And that's exactly what she did this morning. Why my mom? Because my mom was standing up for me in the comment section when Queen came in talking shit to me. So mom was like, bitch, shut the fuck up. Yep. I know, and that's another thing I was gonna say. BHB, I got a proposition for you, ho. You want an affidavit. First off, why are you asking for affidavits from me and Savage? So that makes me think BHB thinks that Savage knew of some fuck shit going down in the background with Queen pertaining to her, BHB. I don't know if she does or not. But let me tell you this, Betty, I will give you everything you need. No, everything you want. I will give to you, but we got to have it in writing and notarized that the only way I do that is if you walk away from Sebastian's case and you walk away from this true crime community. You do that, you got yourself a deal, bitch. My email is in my description. I agree, Grandma. That's why this happened, because like I didn't know there was an aunt that was considered a mom. I knew there was an aunt that, she helps take care of, and then I was told that her mom and dad died when they were pretty young, for their deaths, and that left Queen and her siblings, and it left Queen in charge of providing for her siblings. That's what I was always told. Yeah. Oh, what voices do? Yeah, I've got all the proof that in our conversations that she told me her mom died of cancer. Oh, I'm so sorry, True Texan. Sending all the love to you. Yeah. I'm somehow me calling you out about your lies to me is saying that I'm attacking everyone who doesn't have a birth mom. Are you fucking kidding me? No, bitch. This is about you. This is about you, Queen Bee, and your lies. This ain't about nobody else. I've got a friend that her cousin raised her, and she calls her mom. The fuck out of here. It ain't about that. It's about the lies that come with it. Yeah, oh my God, that's so evil. I never had my birth mom either. Like, come on, man. Stop trying to make it a community issue, and just take accountability for yourself, bitch. He does need a Pokemon hat, AMAC. That's not what I was doing at all. My issues with Queen, not with people who have birth mothers or other mothers in place of their birth mothers. That's not my problem at all. But she wants to make it that way. Again, look at the thumbnail, merry-go-round. Let's spin this shit however it helps her. There was a poll. Oh my God. See, this is what I was told she would do last night. A poll? She thought she could bully me and push me around. No, it didn't surprise me either. I already knew what was going to happen. I didn't know it was going to go to the extent of making a poll about it, though, and making everybody else feel like me questioning you on your actions is about them and their families. No, bitch, it's about me and you. Let me show y'all this one message. Let me see. Because I had to go back into it last night and see. Hold on. To make sure I wasn't crazy that she told me her mom died of cancer. Yeah, it's that's what I'm saying. Like, y'all can be mad at me for feeling that way, but y'all should be mad at Queen for making me think that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's because I was always told she wasn't. So I went back. I'm so behind on chat. I went back into our DMs because I was like, I know when I heard her say that on her live yesterday about her mom being alive and her aunt being dead, I was like, now I know she's told me her mom has died. Well, in this screenshot, she's complaining about Boston. I mean, nothing new, you know, that's kind of, it was kind of a normal. And she said, and I'm supposed to kiss his ass because his mom died and it's Mother's Day. Bitch, I lost my mom to cancer 5 months before having my first child and a week before I turned 21. I'm not ever going to I guess she meant comfort, a grown-ass man on the internet. Bitch has me fucked up. So that let me know that I was not fucking crazy. And there's more where that came from. That she made it seem like her mom was her mom and her mom was dead. Just saying. Remember, Queen, I am that snake bitch. Don't try to make it seem like I'm coming for everybody else in the community. No, bitch, I came for you. I questioned you and you only because you are the one that has lied to me. I know, Yolanda. I know. Yeah, I don't remember what her dad supposed. She didn't really talk about her dad much. She just told me that her mom and dad both died. You know, they didn't live out their life expectancy, so they died kind of young too, and that left her to take care of the family. And that's why she was working a job as a CNA, but she was also slinging dope on the side to provide for her siblings that she was left behind with. To me, if you've got an aunt fill in the position of your mom, like, is that the one that died? I don't know. I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I'm so confused. Like, okay, so your aunt that you considered your mom is the one that died of cancer and left you behind for you to take care of your family, for you to take care of your siblings. So that's why you started doing whatever you needed to do possible to take care of them. I get that. I get that. No shame in that. But apparently, when she said that, when she told me that story, she was actually referring to her aunt that was like a mom to her. No, I didn't know her family dynamics. Literally, the story I just told you about her parents passing when they were young, leaving her behind with her siblings for her to care for her siblings, that's what I was told. It absolutely is, Grandma. I agree. She lied about her mom being dead because her bio mom apparently is still alive. I love you too, Granny Bassmaster. I hope you're feeling okay. Yeah, B Tim's an old man. And I wouldn't feel the need to speak on B Tim if he'd shut his fucking ass up. I'm tired of these motherfuckers coming out and putting spins on things. Like yesterday, her saying, oh, well, she can support Savage for going and showing up at bombs, but oh, she couldn't handle the fact that Aileen showed up at Dolly's. No, I didn't support Savage showing up at bombs. I spoke out against that in the moment, the same way I spoke out about Aileen going to Dolly's. I know, right? Wandering sub, like it's crazy, ain't it? B Tim's a mouse. But your mom is the person who brought you up. So I think this is not a black and white issue, to be honest. Yeah, because she can, yeah, because that's what it is. Her aunt is the one that raised her, and that's who she knew as a mom. But it's not my fault I didn't know that. She never told me that. She just told me her mom died of cancer. That was it. So when I heard her say yesterday that her mom was still alive, I was like, "What?" Yeah, see, why do that? It ain't nothing about people who were raised by relatives. No, it's not a community issue, Queen Bee. It's a Queen Bee issue. When I had those questions, they were questions to you. They weren't questions to everybody who was raised by aunt, uncle, cousin, brother, or sister. My concerns were about things that we had talked about in private. I'm sorry that happened to you, Okie. Queen Bee said, I was not raised by my parents. I was raised by my parents. Hakab, absolutely, I agree with that. And that's why I questioned it when I heard that. I was like, excuse me? What? Your mom's alive? I was really shooketh. Y'all can ask mom. Hell, y'all can ask Deets and Nunya because I was like, I went and questioned things and verified things before. And Nunya had mentioned, well, doesn't she have an aunt that she considers a mom? And I was like, I don't know. I didn't know about an aunt she considers her mom. All I knew about an aunt was the aunt that constantly, you know, that she had to constantly help take care of. That's the only aunt I knew about. And I told her, I said, like, she's never mentioned an aunt that's like a mom to her or her biological mom not being in her life. None of that. And she doesn't have to. She, in all reality, she doesn't have to. That's not my business. But don't get mad at me when I question you on things because I'm questioning you on things that you personally, specifically said to me. Yeah, I heard she said again yesterday. She corrected Rowena when Rowena said she was a single mother. She said, well, I got to correct that. I'm not a single mother anymore. You wasn't back when you were claiming you were either, Queen. Let's just keep it 100 across the board. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I was thinking about that the other day, Tim. No, B. Tim is not in his late 30s. More like, late, I wouldn't even say late 50s. I would say early 60s, maybe. It's about making people believe one thing and using it as a weapon. Then it's something completely different. I'm not involved, but I can see where people would feel bamboozled. Yeah, I did feel bamboozled, and I still feel that way. Oh, yeah, she said it a lot on her platform about her mom passing. Jones, and I remember when she plowed into that live attacking you and your mom, you were minding your own business. She dragged you to hell and back for saying you were grateful for your mom. Well, I wasn't technically minding my own business. I mean, we had been talking shit back and forth to each other a little bit, you know, but I was minding my own business when she came in there talking shit to me, yes. But because I was just hanging out in it's Randy's life. I was going over there every now and then back then. So I guess she was told I was in there. I think I said something, and somebody went and told her I said something, so she came in and confronted me in the chat. So then it just went from there. But don't fucking come for my mama and then make me seem like a piece of shit when I say I'm grateful to have her, or I'm grateful to still have her, and then strike up a live stream and say, you said that because you know my mom's dead. No, don't do that when your mom's not really dead. Your real mom. The mom the only mom I knew of you. Let's put it that way. Because I didn't know about the aunt mom. I didn't. And you know I didn't. And if you say anything different than that, you're lying. And I've got more messages to prove it. So, again, don't put my character into question and I won't feel the need to show yours. Is she going to actually have to? I don't know. I don't know. At the beginning, it was, I will be completely transparent. I will show all the receipts I need to show. Toasty backed her up on that. And now at this point, she's come out and said, I ain't got to show nobody shit. And Toasty is kind of like wiped her hands clean of it and was like, I don't know, if you got questions about receipts, you got to ask Queen. So I'm not really sure. I'm still confused about the single mom thing. I guess we have a different definition. I don't know anymore. I don't know anymore either. Maybe her and her old man split up, but I know up until the moment that was said, her and her man was still together. So when I heard her claim to be a single mom, having to pay for a lawsuit and her daughter's Christmas, missed me with that shit. Also, Betty, you're a piece of shit because she is a good mama. She is a good mama. And I heard Betty say something about, I can't remember like quoted, but she said something about beating her kids and why she's raising bad kids or something. Fuck you for that, Betty. I've always said, I might think Queen's a shit human being, but if there's one positive thing I can say about her, she's a good fucking mom. And I will stand by that no matter what she says about me. Oh, no, we're not splitting subs up. No. This doesn't change anything. It's still the same thing. I would really just like her because when I heard her say that about me supporting Savage but not supporting Aileen going to Dolly's, I went in her chat and I told her to stop fucking lying and stop bringing me up because I never supported Savage going to bombs. I just really wish they would just stop fucking saying my name. Stop using me as an example, VTM. I don't give a fuck if you fuck with me or not. You don't need to use me as an example. Use somebody else. Chopper. What Chopper say? No, she's got kids. She's a good mama. yeah, that was another thing. She insinuated she didn't have her kids. She's got her kids. It's just Betty being a nasty little bitch. It's just crazy. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Pearl. Obviously, Betty wasn't raised right, and she hasn't raised any children of her own, and she didn't really raise her stepkids like she claims she did, so her opinion don't fucking matter when it comes to kids. Oh, yeah, we're all hypocritical. There's absolutely things that I'm hypocritical on. I might not know them in the moment, but I recognize them later, you know? It is. Just shut the fuck up. Like, what was the point in her bringing up me not liking Aileen going to Dolly's, but being okay with Savage going to Bombs? Who said I was okay with it, first off? And why are you even bringing that up? Second off, just shut the fuck up. Stop bringing me up. She is absolutely wrong for that. Yeah. Yeah, everybody. I mean, because Toasty said, you know, you'll get your receipts, Queen is going to be completely transparent. Everybody trusted that. And now it's, yeah, you're going to have to ask Queen about that. I love your input, Gary. Never shut up. Betty has bed bugs. I agree, Spudler. And her personality isn't the only thing broken. Her mental status is broken as well. And that's why it's such a big deal that Beer Can Island went over there. Because it's like, you can live in the same town, that's fine. Like, you can ride by, that's fine. But don't taunt the crazy. She's like, it was so unsafe for her to do that. Hey, Emmy. I hope so too, Kate. I haven't completely gave up hope on that. She says, I know I've heard her say that, like, again, now don't quote me on anything because I don't give a fuck about this lawsuit. But I have heard her say something about if you want the receipts, all you got to do is go to the website and you can see the receipts. But I haven't went to the website, so I'm not sure. But does it show the money, the payments going to her lawyer on that website? I don't know. I think anybody who's went to the website, is that what it shows? I don't know. Yeah, I did, Sean P. I said it was fucked up. I even said it on Queen's panel, so that's why I didn't understand yesterday why she used that as an example. Like, what? Whoever said that was okay? I never said that was okay. I spoke up against it on my own panel and on your panel, girl. So why are you saying that? You throw these pebbles out and you're hoping to create ripples with people, and that's conniving as fuck. Yeah, has weapons and is unhinged. Don't provoke it. I agree. Yeah, and she keeps her guns outside sometimes. Listen, Listen, that's just crazy. It shows no money. So how is that receipts then? I'm about to take a nap too, Casty. Yeah, in a stand your ground state. Oh God, that's whew, she's blessed. No, I don't want Betty to win either. Like I said, I don't give a fuck about the lawsuit, but I hope for the best for Queen and her little community, the Hive, because a lot of people have poured into that lawsuit. So I hope the best for them. Nice, Chris. Send it to me in Discord, girl. Yeah, that's why I haven't kept asking for them. Receipts of this lawsuit. I'm just not that invested. I'm gonna wait and see what happens afterwards. And if she isn't transparent, then I can talk shit. But I'm trying to give that period of, wait until it's over. No monetary information on the website. Okay, I love you too, Granny. Get some rest. The filings are supposed to stand as receipts. Well, that don't work. Like receipts for when you're donated money and you say you're going to give receipts, people don't want receipts of the filings. They want receipts showing your payments to the lawyer. And that's what people are going to expect. And I hope she's willing to give them at the end of this. Yeah, I don't think BHB is going to win at all. But I do think it's kind of sad that you got people out here living on Social Security and retirement, sending their last dime to somebody because they want to support that creator and they want to feel like they're a part of this movement, right? They want to feel a part of something while you over there living your best fucking life, your best life. Because take out the lawsuit money, what she makes on that channel with her baby daddy having a good job. Shit. She's living kosher than any of us probably are. It would have been easier to do it that way, Brooke. Hey, Be Real. Kirby Barbie, welcome back, girl. Yeah, like, look, guys, the lawyer's obviously working. I have no doubt in my mind that the lawyer's working. Yeah, I heard her say that the other day that Betty's gonna need to pay her back her money. Your money? No. Your subs money? Yes. But there's no way for her to split that money back out to everybody who donated. That's why she said that if she wins and if she is given any kind of monetary gain back, that it would go to the next lawsuit that Betty tries to do this shit with. I agree. I think so too. That's why it should have just been done as you go. It's working my nerves only working going on around here. Oh, easily. And I can base that off of like I know she showed her what was it? Uh her ad revenue. No girl. No girl. Show those memberships and super chats. That's what you're going to base off of how much she makes a month. I know how much I make a month, so I know roundabout what she makes. Well, the thing is, she won't get any money if Queen wins. Betty doesn't have anything to her name. She won't receive any income back. I don't even think a little at a time would work because I think Betty lives like, I think Betty barely lives, to be honest. Yep. So hopefully she shows those at the end. I agree. I agree. There's a lot of different ways she's taking in money for the lawsuit. There's really, to me, no way to keep track of it. Honestly. Oh, really, Boxer Mom? Yeah, there's just nothing to gain. There isn't. No, she hasn't come out of her pocket. Pearl, Betty's got 10 rusty guns, 2 gray chicken breasts, and an old fork of JLRs. Oh, that's so funny. I send you smooches back, Copa. Thank you. Well, my whole point in going live was because I clicked Queen's link and she didn't let me up. So I was like, fuck it, I'll go live because the merry-go-round could have been stopped if she would have just let me up and we could have hashed it out. But she didn't do that because she likes the merry-go-round. She likes the spinning of facts and the spinning of truth. And I ain't got time for that. I work a real job. I have my own life going on, you know? I just don't have time to be doing all that. I do. You want a link, bitch? I'll give you a link. I'll give you a link, ho. Bye, Truth Seeker. Thank you for being here. I think so too, in a way, love and light. I do. I call everybody bitches and hoes. Y'all don't take offense to that. I think I called B Tim a hoe earlier. It's my word of the month. We need a version of you can click the X, but you can't click the link. Well, I click the link, and quite frankly, I'm tired of being the only one with balls around here willing to click a link, you know? Deetsy!
Hello, hello.
Hey, babe.
What have you been stirring up this morning? Jeez.
All kinds
I
of
know it's
shit.
1. Oh, shit. I've been working, but I didn't even know you went live. I was down using the paint gun, and so I can't hear anything when I'm using it because I have earplugs in. Well, I get upstairs to take a break, and I see you're live, and I have like a bajillion messages. One of them is a little clip about Tim ranting about me again. First of all, I'm not going to touch
Oh, he
the
went
stuff
off
about.
again?
Yeah, it's just like a little 2-minute clip. It's not a big deal, so I thought I'd just hop up here and set the record straight yet again.
Okay.
First of all, I'm not going to touch. I'm sorry for the loss of his mom, but don't weaponize that against me. I'm tired of the excuses for bad behavior, but whatever. I truly am sorry for that loss. I know that pain all too well. So
Oh, he lost his mom?
That's what I was saying. Like his mom and his, I couldn't catch it. It was a really quick clip. It was stepdad or something. I do feel bad for that. That sucks. But
Oh
apparently
yeah,
that's why
same.
he was so angry at me and went off on me so hard when he called me deets on the motherfucking streets, because I was calling him a scammer. First of all, B. Tim, nobody was talking about your ass ever. Crime Sleuthin didn't mention your name. I didn't mention your name. Nobody was talking about B. Tim. I don't know if he is aware of this or not, but you are not the channel Queen B. B. Tim. Last I checked, it's not Queen B and B. Tim. It's not Queen B and some weird dude who likes to sit on panels and get involved in woman drama all day. I don't know, but it's Queen B. The channel is Queen B, not B fucking Tim. So nobody was
Period.
talking about you, period. Nobody called you a scam.
Uh-oh, she cut out.
Oh, am I back?
Deets.
My phone.
Okay, you're
Can you
back.
hear me?
You're back.
Yeah,
You're back.
my phone
Yep.
went to sleep, so it must have shut off my audio. I'm not looking at the chat, sorry. So nobody called B. Tim a scammer because B. Tim wasn't even fucking mentioned. Period. And nobody even called Queen B a scammer. That didn't happen either. Crime Sleuthin explained in this whole clip, I don't even remember what date this went down. She explained why Queen Bee and the Hive didn't like her was because she called out some shit. And she called out that Queen Bee was helping collect money, she shared a link is what Queen did. I stated the fact of what it was. Now, Crime Sleuthin did misspeak and say GoFundMe. Queen never shared a GoFundMe. I corrected that the very next day. It was never a GoFundMe. It was Billy Joe's pay links is what were shared out. Billy Joe came on a panel and was very emotional and said that, things that now Quentin was in Quantico. She was going to get him back. She was going to hold a funeral, all this stuff. She didn't know how she was going to pay for it. So Queen shared out her pay links. Well, people went digging, and I know this for a fact because I reshared Queen's community post where she shared these pay links. And again, I chalked this all up back then, and I still do now, as Queen not doing her research, and I understand that. Well, when Billy Joe was asking her to share these pay links, she showed a picture. Remember, it was the whole casket debacle. And was Quentin in the casket and all that? Well, a bunch of us did our homework and did our due diligence and learned that Quentin was in Quantico, and Quentin would remain in Quantico or with the FBI or GBI until after the trial. Therefore, he wouldn't be coming back for a funeral. Could they have still held a memorial? Absolutely. But it wasn't exactly how it was presented. Now, Crime Sleuthin has her thoughts on it, I'm sure. Mine are completely different. It's just didn't do your due diligence to research what was actually going to happen throughout the course of what was going to happen with Quentin, basically. And I hate to put it that way, but that's what it is. And so, but she did. She 1000% shared out pay links to get Billy Joe money for a funeral that she wouldn't be having. But again, B. Tim, nobody called you a fucking scammer. Grow up. Grow up. It's just wild. Why are they going off? Like, what the hell is going on today? It's Saturday and the weather's beautiful. These people need to step outside, smell the air. Jeez.
Listen, bitch, it's my first off day of the week. I'm definitely going to sleep right after this live.
I'm about to hop in the pool. I was so hot down in that basement, sweating. But anyway,
but it started off because of my live last night. Of course, we knew she was going to take it and spin it, and that's what she's done. She's made it seem like I'm talking about the whole community. Anybody that was raised by someone other than their biological parent, I'm talking about you. That's what started it. Now, yeah, what led into B. Tim, I'm not so sure, Deetsy, because I only heard like 5 minutes of the live.
I'll send you what was sent to me. It's only like not even a 2-minute clip. I think it's only like 1.5 minutes. The email I got though said that it was brought up a couple other times, and it's like, dude, nobody called you a scammer. He's got to get over that. Nobody was even talking to him. Period.
Well, he thinks, like, if you speak about Queen or something that goes on with Queen, then you must be speaking about him as well.
Well,
And
it
I
doesn't.
feel
He
like,
doesn't get to have it both ways, though, Joneson. Because if she does something shady, he makes excuses for her and says, "Oh, she was going through a rough time," or "Oh, this life was treating her hard and under a lot of pressure." Oh, blah blah blah. I gotta skedaddle
mhm.
now. So he's not going to take ownership when she does shitty things, but he wants to take. From what I know of the bee, she does not take process shit through BTIM. So why is he trying to take ownership of something that wasn't put on him? He just wants to create. He's manufacturing the drama surrounding that. Nobody was talking about him. He wanted to have an excuse to go off and lose his shit. And was it during a
Yeah.
traumatic time in his life? It kind of sounds like it based on this. So I understand that. I completely get that. But don't try to weaponize that against me. It's not my fault you lost your cool because that happened. No one was talking about Chet Beaton.
No.
Period.
That seems to be a pattern over there, right? Like, it's a pattern to twist things and make them into something they were never meant to be.
Mm-hmm.
Period. Like, it doesn't matter
Yeah.
what it is. If it will assist them in that moment with what they're wanting to rage about, they will spin and twist and make things about them that has nothing to do with them.
Sure, and that's not exclusive to just them. A lot of people do that. That's the deflection game, the whataboutism game. We all know that very few people actually take ownership and accountability of when they do wrong. Um, and I
Yeah.
understand that to a certain extent, but to get like full-fledged outraged over something that wasn't put on you, that takes a special kind of stupid.
Well, hell, they was full blown outrage this morning, saying that I said that Queen's responsible for Beer Can Island showing up at Betty's, when
What?
actually it was the
You
quite
didn't.
opposite. Yeah,
I was in your
I
live
s
last night. You actually said, yeah, you said that that's not Queen's fault that Beer Can went over there. I remember you saying that.
but again, it comes to the spinning, Deets. It comes to the spinning, and it makes you wonder, like, why do people not see this? Why do people not realize that this is going on? And I think it comes down to the fact that people just want to feel like they belong somewhere, you know? And so they kind of
Honestly,
turn a blind eye to things.
I think that's part of it. I think you're right. But we understand that. We did the same thing too when we were over there. I think you get so wrapped up. Even the peeps here in chat. I don't know how many you got in here. Like I said, I'm not looking at my phone, but even the peeps here in chat, sometimes they don't even hear what you and I are saying, or whoever's on your panel, or whoever's up here saying, because they're just conversing with their friends. A lot of times that happens in so many chats. It's not necessarily about the creator. They're just going to chit chat with their friends on topics that they follow and discuss. So
That's
I
true.
understand that. I understand.
Yeah. You know what? Now that you say that, I remember somebody said the other day in someone's comments, I can't remember whose it was. It wasn't mine. But they said something like, I don't care for the bee. I like the panel. Like, I like hearing different opinions and different thoughts on things, you know. So
Mm-hmm.
that's so true. And then you, like you said, you got the friends, the people you make friends with in the chats, and I get it. I get it. But sometimes I'm just like, bro, you can't be mad at me if you refuse to open your eyes on certain things.
Yeah.
Or you can. And then you can just stay mad. It's not my problem. It's a you problem then.
Absolutely. And you end up looking like a fool when you don't hold those closest to you accountable for stuff that you are addressing
Yeah.
or that you say you're against. And I don't know if he's done that or not in this situation, but I've seen that before. That's why it's important to when I was on Unsupervised Maniacs the other day, one of the things I wanted to say and didn't get out but I've said this before on this platform, that that's why it's important to have people around you that are willing to hold you accountable and call out your bullshit. It doesn't have to be in public. It does not have to be done in public. It can be done behind the scenes. But if you have people in your life that are only giving you lip service, that are only telling you what they think you want to hear, or, you know, praising you and lifting you up, and they're never saying, whoa, 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 you went too far in that situation, step back, rein it in, then those aren't true friends. Because true friends will tell you, ooh, you know, I love you, girl, but you went a little too far with this one. You went a little too far with this one. So it's
Right,
important to have
because
people like that in your life.
just to use it as an example, like yesterday when Beer Can told Queen that she was the one that went there, and Queen and B Tim laughed about it. Okay, in the moment, maybe they didn't realize that Beer Can was being serious. Let's give them that benefit of the doubt, right? But then later, once they realized Beer Can was being serious, why wouldn't someone say, you know, that didn't look good, or that
Was
could
it
have
an
been handled
awkward?
better?
I haven't
Yeah,
heard it. Was
instead
it
they
an
went live
awkward
today and made.
laughter when they
No, it
heard
wasn't. It
that?
was,
Oh,
oh,
okay.
here, I'll show you. I've got it right here. You want to watch it?
Yeah, sure.
Look, you give some people enough, and they'll take care of it themselves. You know what I'm saying? Because I could be a whole lot nastier, but I'm just gonna leave that out. But there's an old saying, you know. Hold on. She yelled at me. Beer Can Island says, hold on. She yelled at me. I am with Queen. I yelled back. You have been served.
You haven't served. Oh my god.
So,
That's
yeah, that don't look good. And why are there people not in the background telling them, hey, that didn't look good? Instead, they come live today and make excuses for it.
what were the excuses?
So, what I heard, well, it's the same thing I was saying. Like, she can't be responsible for what Bear Can Island does, but sorry, the guinea's outside my window and it's being loud. What was the question again?
I said, what were the
This guinea is yelling.
Don't worry, I just hopped up here and totally took over your panel. I heard that little clip that was sent to me, and then saw you were live, and I'm like, let me just shut this shit down right now. Oh, stupid little twerpy weenie head. But anyway,
I don't know. They were making
what were the
excuses. Yeah, they were. I don't remember. I don't recall right off the top of my head. I'd have to go back and watch it. But when I clicked in, it was like they were just trying to laugh it off at the fact that they laughed it off. Like, no, there's no excuses. Like, you should just be saying, like, oh, well, we laughed it off because we didn't know. You know, they could have thought she was joking.
I think what kind of burns me a little, not that it burns me, that's not the appropriate word. What gets me, there we'll go with that. What gets me with this is, you remember, a year ago, just us talking about Betty could somehow have hurt Queen's lawsuit in these people's minds. They kept saying, you know, like, you can't talk about her because that'll come back on Queen. Like, you make a comment that we don't know what the fuck that comment's about, but Betty could use that to harm Queen. But now they're going to publicly laugh about someone going to Betty's house. Like, it just makes no sense to me. None of it makes sense to me, but that's their deal.
Well, that's why I said it. If anything, all it does is solidify to me that I made the right decision when stepping away about what the messages that Aileen exposed, because it showed me that, like, no, Queen didn't tell her. Well, she did tell her to go buy dollies, but she said it in a joking way. But she didn't discourage it, right? And I had questions about that in the first place. And I feel like this is kind of the same thing. Yeah, she didn't shut it down.
And at least be like, dude, I don't want connected to that. You don't need to be going to that man's house. Get me out of here. Yeah.
But I used it as an example, Deets, because the same way they just laughed about beer cans showing up at paranoid Betty's house, turns out she has the right to be paranoid, actually. Them laughing the way they did about beer cans showing up at Betty's reminded me of the way Queen was laughing when Aileen was at Dolly's. Does it not?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, it does. It does
It
remind me
sounds
of that.
very similar. So
Right.
it's like for me, it just solidifies it for me that I made the right decision to step away.
I mean, you just talk to anybody who's been in a lawsuit, a civil lawsuit, because a civil lawsuit is different than a criminal lawsuit. A lot of people don't understand that or recognize it. It is different, but not so much so that you can't put things together. But the biggest thing they're going to tell you to do is, don't talk about this person, especially a defamation case. Don't talk about this person until things are over. Mind your P's and Q's until things are over. Even if you haven't done anything, which I do think it's a frivolous lawsuit. I still think that. I've thought that since the beginning. It's a frivolous lawsuit. It's unjust.
I do too.
But yeah, you keep your mouth shut and keep it trucking until it's done. We've got friends on this platform who have gone through that.
But it goes back to what you said, though. Like, weren't you reamed in a DM from BTM about bringing something up?
No,
like
he did
that
it
he
in
said
my comment
could hurt
section.
Queen's court case, and it had nothing to do with Queen.
He did it in my
your comment section. Yeah, like, come on, bro. But now they're doing it publicly on the live stream.
She came into my live. Yeah, Queen came into my live and said that it could hurt her suit. Just me talking about the lawsuit. That's what a lot of them were going over that day too. Just me even talking about the lawsuit could hurt her suit. I'm like, no, it can't. I can come on here and talk about anyone's stuff. That's not going to hurt her. Like, I mean, Betty could try to take and use something from that,
right? Because it's not
going to be thrown right out. Yeah, it's going to be thrown right out. It's going to be, she could put it in a motion or something. Which, by the way, I did hear that stuff. Was it your live? Someone's live last night. And Betty said I was bullied. I have never been bullied off this platform. I have given the reason why I took a break half a dozen times. I'm not going to keep rehashing it. It was nobody's fault. Except for me just realizing this place is fucked up and I was focused on my family. That's all it is. But man, people want to use that for excuses for this and that. It's wild. They doxed her so many times. Who doxed her? She has been doxed a lot. It's the unfortunate. Are you still up here, Johnson, or am I just talking? Can y'all hear me? Is Johnson gone? That's the unfortunate side effect of being a creator in this little genre is getting doxed over and over and over again. It's annoying.
Sorry, Deeks.
It's not right. You're fine. I just was making sure.
Carry it for a second. Tony's calling me.
You're fine.
Tony's calling.
Tony.
Carry it for a second.
Tony's more important than us. Let me look at the chat. Yeah, no, I don't want to see any pictures of her. I don't think anybody needs to see that. Why would bullying someone off a platform be something to be proud of? It wouldn't. I don't think anyone was proud of it. I think it was Betty that mentioned it, claiming I was bullied. I was not. I was frustrated with everything and decided, hey, it's better to step back from a situation and not lose my mind. Pearl said, this dumbass with no idea of the situation thought she was helping by getting up on QB's panel to defend Johnson and Deeds about the whole tragedy pimp conversation with him had shouting. Well, I didn't know that, Pearl. You did that? See, I never got to hear I only heard like 4 minutes of the live, 8 minutes. 8 minutes on 2X of the live where Aileen came up and went off on me. I've only heard people talk about it. I've never seen all of it. But You didn't have to do that.
Well, I remember Pearl coming up there. It was when Aileen came up there freaking out about us saying we didn't want to use the tragedy pimp term anymore, and she
Yeah.
was making it like such a bigger deal and twisting it. And because I was at work,
Mm-hmm.
and I think you were still live, Pearl jumped up there to try to help the situation. I
Yeah.
remember that.
I think a couple people did. Nanya did. I think she's told me about that. And maybe even Ellie. I can't remember. Yeah, right? Pearl, amazing planning that my daughter's pregnancy was planned ahead of time so I could use being a grandma as a cover for running away from life online. I mean, I am pretty talented like that. No, it was, at that point, the day that I left, the day that I found out all the truth, which was one thing that always frustrated me, was being told that, like, you're believing Aileen's ass. No, I'm believing the screenshots. Like, that's what I believed, and then it was all sent to me, and it's exactly the same. And so I believed it from her own mouth. But people don't know the other side of it because it was a private combo that I've never discussed, and I'm not going to discuss. So I didn't bring that public. I didn't ask anyone to bring it public. I didn't even know it was going to happen. But my daughter was already feeling stressed because she had just bought her house. They were trying to get it all, the remodel done before crew came. And so I was like, no, none of this is worth it. There's a lot of other stuff going on that had nothing to do with any of that. And so it was like, I need a break. And then the very next day, we find out Morgan's got preeclampsia and was put on bed rest. So
yeah, because Deets, and I can verify that because Deets had absolutely already talked to us about taking her break.
Yeah, before Aileen showed those messages.
Yeah, we knew she was going to be taking a break to help with Morgan, her daughter. So,
yeah.
But again, people make it what they want to make it. That's just how this community is. It's so weird, and people love the salaciousness of it. They love the spinning. They love the twisting. They live for that shit.
Well, it's not exciting. The truth isn't exciting. The truth is pretty boring. Deeds took a break and spent time with her family. That's pretty fucking boring. But if
it is compared to what they put out.
Yeah. You make up some ridiculousness to go along with it, and hell, she's used that, TM's used that, Betty's used that. It's like, y'all, it's just wild.
Yeah, like I told them earlier, I made a proposition. Betty, if you put in writing and have it notarized that you will step away from the true crime community, step away from Sebastian Rogers' case, that's the only way I'm going to give you anything you want. But I was just saying it to be an asshole and joking around. There was no working behind the scenes against Betty with Queen. There really wasn't.
I didn't have a relationship with Queen like that, and I'd never seen that. I'd never seen.
No, I did, and there was never any of that. I was just talking shit to Betty earlier, saying like, "Let's make a deal." Lynn Love and Light said they're being petty as fuck over there now. Beat him giving Jones and life advice. Sit down, listen. Yeah. I don't need life advice. I've got a
Not
career.
From him.
I've got real life friends. I've got online friends. I've got a husband that loves me. I have a child that is turning into an amazing little human being. I got my parents who support me. I've got all of this. I own my own home. We own our cars. So, be Tim. You can't teach me any life lessons. You're an incel. Move along.
You're an incel. No, you didn't.
Just
Where's
saying,
your handler?
move along.
Where is your
handler? Oh God, I don't know. She's been on break. Kate kind of.
Kate, the bestest.
Kate, the
we
great.
Need you to step it up.
She's been filling in, and I am blessed, Titanium. I really am. I'm blessed to have all that, and I hate it for those who don't. But you don't get to sit in you're on your mama's front porch on live streams, being lonely as fuck, and tell me about my life. You just don't get to do it. Like, miss me with that shit.
Shit, yes, I'm a nana. I wish I was still in my 20s. Well, no, I don't. My 20s were fun, but I'm happy in my 40s. 40s are good.
Yeah, I'm glad to be where I am now. My 20s were fun. I was out there living my best fucking life, believe that. But I'm glad to be where I am right now. I'm totally blessed and I'm grateful
Mhm.
for it and I'm very humble about it. So
Yeah.
don't take this as me bragging because that's what it will be twisted
That's what it'll
into.
get twisted
Yeah.
into, won't it? Oh, you're
It's not
bragging.
me bragging. It's me telling your inso ass to shut the fuck up. You can't teach me nothing about life, BTM. You catfish the fuck out of me. And for what? You're weird. You're a weirdo. Shut the fuck up.
I still don't understand why they like why even send you a picture of it. That's weird.
Out of nowhere, bro. Out of nowhere. It was not asked for. Nothing had been said. It was when Shannon was going off about him and he felt like I was taking up for him. So he felt like, I don't know, he said it was a test. I don't know.
A
I really don't
test?
give a fuck. Yeah, to see if I was loyal or not. Well, guess what? I passed that fucking test because I never exposed you. But you know who did want to expose you, B Tim? Queen. You know who did talk her down from that, B Tim, in our private chats? Me. So fuck all the way off.
What did she want to
That's what I'm
expose?
saying.
Oh, no, I shouldn't ask you that publicly. I'll
Well,
ask you privately. No,
yeah,
don't say
no,
it. Don't
it
say
was
it. Don't say it.
just, it was
I
a more
know
like we need to
typing.
confront him about this. And I was like, no. It was more of like, we need to confront him about this. Why would he do this? And I was like, well, no, he wants his anonymity. That's why he did it. He was probably, trying to see if he could trust us because he sent Queen the same picture. So, but I talked her
Oh,
down from that.
catfished her
So,
too. Oh,
yeah, he did.
that's
And so
crazy.
Queen was a little upset when she found out that I had seen him and I knew that it was a catfish.
You and
But
Ellie
I
had seen
talked her
him, yeah.
down from wanting to have that conversation. She wanted to confront him. I was like, no, 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 no. That's not a good idea. We shouldn't do that.
No.
And I got those DMs as well. So call me a snake bitch all you want, but
Oh my, you'll be in trouble. But everybody wants my
don't put my
skincare routine.
character into
You just gotta
question.
follow it. You gotta. That's the key though to skincare is you have to like do the routine often, or daily. But my one thing that I need to do more of is drink more water. I'm not good at that. I live on Pib. It'll catch up to me eventually. I know. That's why I'm consistent with
Oh my
skincare.
God. I'm
Obsessed with
terrible
it.
with my water.
Mhm. You're also terrible with your skincare.
You're
She just
obsessed.
washes her face with soap, y'all. That's it. Soap.
I put serum on my face. I just don't put snail
Mhm.
jizz on my face.
You're silly. Oh, you're
Well,
silly.
I guess
I don't know.
I don't know. Let them keep ranting and raving. Like I said, I only struck this live stream up because she wouldn't add me to the panel. I was
Oh, you
sitting
tried
back
to go
there
up
for a
there?
couple of minutes, and she called me over there. That's what I said, Deets. I'm tired of being the only one to confront situations. Like, you gonna call me over there, and then I come up there, I click the link, and I'm sitting in backstage for a couple of minutes while you're sitting there still talking shit about me. You've got the overlay screen, and you're talking shit, so I know you're there. I know you can see me back here, and you don't let me up. Okay, bitch. Okay, scaredy
Mm,
ass.
mm. That's all just ridiculousness
So,
anyway.
anyways, that's the reason I struck up the live.
Oh, well, I'll have to
Because
go back
all
and
of this
listen.
could have been said on her stream. It could have all been talked about and squashed.
Hmm. And just stop lying on me, you little squirt. Just stop lying on me. No one called you a fucking scammer. You weren't involved in it at all. No one mentioned your name. I know Crime Sleuthing didn't. I know I didn't.
Mm-mm.
Just stop trying to act like you had some kind of role in that situation. It's weird as fuck. Gosh. Be outraged. Be outraged about something that legit happened. Ugh. Weirdos, I tell
I know, Savage. Don't let her summon you. That's what she wants. I know.
you.
Because that's what I said when I
That's what
started
I
my
always
live
tell
up.
Jonesy.
Like, I'm tired of being the one to always come and click the link, you know? Like, I'm tired of that shit. If you got a problem or you have an issue that you want me for, you gonna have to start coming over here, ho. I'm tired of being the only one with balls to confront something. So
You just need to do what I do and
it's
just
just
stop
aggravating.
listening. Just stop listening. That gets me.
Well, I woke up to it. I woke up to the Discord on fire, girl. Don't you know? I was like, what is
I
going
actually
on?
did
And then I
pop in
went
there.
and listened for a few minutes.
Hang on, I'll be right back.
Yeah. I only went and listened for a few minutes, but it was like, what? What is going on? What's going on is they're trying to spin it. Like I said, the spins are, and I'm going to end it with this. The spins are that because I'm questioning Queen about her lies to me pertaining to her mom, that means I'm saying anybody raised by someone other than their biological parent, I'm attacking them. That's one
No,
spin.
Jones
And the
would
second
never.
spin was, I know I would never do that. The second spin was that, what was it? Oh, that I support Go in Real Life. That was the second spin.
Go in real life?
I don't know. I have no idea.
That's wild. Instead of taking ownership for Go in Real Life, they're just gonna spin it into something, whatever. But no, Jones would never like.
Oh no. The second spin. Okay, so I guess it would be a third spin. Hold on. The third spin was that I said that she sent Beer Can Island to Betty's house.
Oh yeah, I know you didn't say that. I listened to your live. I was in.
And I never said that either.
Content.
Well, she felt like she said something like, you support Savage showing up at Bombs, but you couldn't handle Aileen showing up at Dolly's. And I was like, who the fuck ever said that? Like, you're making shit up right now. So that was her spin
when did
on
you ever
me. And she was
that?
saying, you know, if you I haven't. What I do respect more, though, is that at least Savage is very upfront and open, whether I support Go in Real Life or not. When Savage has, she's been very open about it. She hasn't hid it, unlike Queen. Queen does real life shit and hides it. And that's sketchy.
Oh, okay. I gotta get off here. My back.
Anyways, I'm gonna take a nap.
Okay, I don't even know if I'm still connected.
Huh?
I said I gotta get off here. My back just locked up. Oh, all right. I'll talk to you later, babe.
Oh, okay, baby.
Bye.
Okay, baby. Thanks for coming up. Chronicles, I predicted this all. Ask unsupervised maniacs. You predicted what all? Oh, she will. Oh, that's what she was summoning. Summoning. Is that a word? Summoning. Listen, I'm not a scaredy bitch. I feel like if you call for me, I'm gonna answer. But I'm tired of being the one to answer. If you got a problem with me for now on, Queen Bee, you can either contact me privately or you can come to me. I'm not going to keep coming over there and clicking your link and giving your bitch ass content. You've got enough content. You've got enough chaos in your life. You don't need me for it. You don't need me to add to it. But the simple fact is, I never said I supported Go in Real Life. I never said that you sent Beer Can Island, and I never said or shamed the community that was not raised by biological parents. My problems are with you and you only, and you can constantly and consistently bring the community into mine and your issues. This ain't got nothing to do with the community. This ain't got nothing to do with your subs. This has to do with me and you, bitch. Me and you and your lies and your deceitfulness. And all you did was solidify for me that I made the right decision stepping away from your ass. I told everybody last night what that mental breakdown live stream was about. You know, the one that is so infamous because it was like a 7-hour private StreamYard that was held between me, that girl, Good Nunya, Boston Nick, Voices, and Sweet Tea. If y'all didn't see it, I explained what happened in that private StreamYard. I explained it on yesterday's live. So make sure that y'all, or last night's live. It was last night. It was my most recent live other than this one. Make sure y'all go check that out if you want to know the tea on that, because y'all know Voices has been saying forever now that she took notes on what happened in that private StreamYard. Well, there's no need for your notes, bitch, because I just outed it all. It wasn't much to it other than the fact that I felt like I was hanging out with a group of people that did real life shit behind the scenes and pretended to be against it out in the front, out in the public. And all I can say is that is exactly what happens. And that is exactly the truth. That is exactly how I still feel today. I was with a group that was doing fuck and then lying to people in the forefront. And it was fucked up. I felt hypocritical. And I had a breakdown about it, period. When we went into that private StreamYard, I was asked, well, what's making you feel hypocritical? What's going on? And I told them the private doxing in the DMs and the video of Aileen showing up to Dolly's, like all that shit. I told them all of that. And that's what made me feel hypocritical, and I stand by it. I was a fucking hypocrite hanging out with your bitch ass. Period. Point blank. Because you do the shitty shit. You do the nasty shit behind the scenes. And then you come out here and act like a fucking martyr who is against shit. Fuck you for all of that. Thank y'all for being here. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. And I will catch y'all on the next one.